Now, I know the title sounds crazy, but hear me out. Demon Slayer is doing numbers. We have never seen an anime film perform so well in the box office. It's selling a bunch of merch, it's getting so many collaborations, and it keeps coming out with movies. Mind you, most of these movies eventually turn into episode arcs that will air on Crunchyroll. And the crazy thing about it is that we probably won't see this streaming on Crunchyroll anytime soon with how successful it's doing in the global box office. Now, before I continue this video, I just want you guys to do me a favor in sharing this video to your friends, liking this video, and subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the month, so if you guys can do me that favor, I will highly appreciate it. Now let's continue talking. So now that we're here, I just want to tell you that I'm not putting any type of favoritism towards any of these series, so I'm not gonna go forth and be like, yeah, Dragon Ball Z is more popular because I like it more and I feel like it's more popular, or I'm not gonna go out there and be like Demon Slayer is more popular just because I like Demon Slayer more or anything like that. In fact, I am not really a huge fan of Demon Slayer. I do not really see the appeal of Demon Slayer to me personally. I don't really find it that interesting, and that's just me, honestly. So if I'm talking more on behalf of the Dragon Ball franchise, I'm obviously much more of a Dragon Ball fan than I am a Demon Slayer fan. But it does seem that Demon Slayer appeals to the bunch of people around the world. While both Dragon Ball Z and Demon Slayer are both global phenomenons, I feel like Demon Slayer is becoming more successful in terms of popularity in such a short time. While we can't compare it much to Dragon Ball Z's success in the global market, and it kinda is unfair because during that time when Dragon Ball Z came out, anime was basically rising in American media. We talking about the late 90s and early 2000s. But even till this day, Dragon Ball Z still appeals to a mass majority of the global audiences. It has actually paved the way for anime to become this popular. But there's just something about Demon Slayer. As popular as anime is now, this particular anime, Demon Slayer, continues to grow and grow compared to other animes in the market. The manga has sold alone over 220 million copies in circulation worldwide. That puts it among one of the top selling mangas ever. The anime only came out literally 6 years ago and it's already becoming a global phenomenon, especially in the mainstream media. Like, how does this specific Demon Slayer movie, Infinity Castle, surpass huge movies in the box office like Superman, Fantastic Four, F1, How to Train Your Dragon? Like, I know that actors and producers are beyond jealous of this movie breaking records right now, and honestly, I feel like this will create a hatred for anime. I feel like it's either gonna be one thing. It's either gonna be actors and producers lunging onto the success of the movie being so successful and trying to star in anime movies, or it's gonna create a huge move within Hollywood where they do not want to see something from another country, that being anime, that's not with actual real actors, become so successful, and they're gonna do everything in their power to hate on it. We already heard Marlon Wayans talk about how he hates anime because the movie overcame his own movie, him, in the box office.
My first ones was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Valid.
Can I say it?
Go on.
Fuck anime. You dumbass. We came in number 2 to you him first. Fuck anime. Why, bro?
Nah, bro. That is
So
disrespectful,
I was up
bro.
against it. Him came out the same week, this next weekend after whatever that was.
Oh, the Demon Slayer? Was it Demon Slayer?
Yeah, Demon Slayer.
That's a movie.
But that's why anime
I want
scares
to
me.
wax your beard off your face, and at the same place he gets his asshole bleached.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Nah, him's a shit.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer, that's a movie, bro. But that's two different worlds, bro. That's two different worlds, bro. That's two different.
That's
I'm
why.
not comparing.
That's why you can't. Come here. You can't like disrespect anime.
Yeah, my bad.
But anyways, you get the point. The new Demon Slayer movie is doing numbers. So far, it's made 624 million in the global box office. No one would ever think that this would be possible for an anime movie. Like, Demon Slayer is on another level, and I feel like the thing about both of these animes, in as far as its success, is that both of these animes are kind of family friendly. Meaning, while it's not catered towards kids, both of these animes mostly target audiences of all ages. Like, the funny thing is that when I was a kid growing up, I grew up in the edgy era of the 90s, so Dragon Ball Z technically was not meant for kids to watch, but they aired it on Cartoon Network for kids to watch either way. But it was obviously censored as hell compared to the original version. And even then, it was still so popular. We saw a bunch of merchandise for Dragon Ball Z, we saw toys being produced, like Dragon Ball Z was all over it. But Dragon Ball has become something so different compared to how I grew up watching it, because now I feel like the audience has changed. Like, people who grew up watching Dragon Ball Z obviously are still huge fans of the Dragon Ball series, but the Dragon Ball series itself is definitely catered more towards a younger audience. Like, Dragon Ball Super itself, it kind of feels more kiddish in compared to the original Dragon Ball Z. And now I see that more kids are into the Dragon Ball franchise more than ever. And then there's Demon Slayer, where once again, it's not really meant for kids. In fact, I feel like kids shouldn't be watching this, but they do, and I've seen a lot of kids hold Demon Slayer merch and wearing shirts and all of that. I can see that kids and teenagers feel like they can relate to the cast of characters in Demon Slayer, because most of the characters in Demon Slayer are kind of young. I mean, almost all the cast of characters are basically teenagers. There's just something different about Demon Slayer, and I just feel like it's the bond that these characters share with each other and how these characters grow over time. Maybe I feel like people can relate to these characters more than most animes, and I also feel like them continuing the series in the form of movies is a smart strategy for Demon Slayer to keep growing within the global market at the end of the day. I can say this, it all comes down to your personal taste. Like, I feel like the popularity of Demon Slayer is growing more within the crowd of the newer anime fan base rather than the more long time established already anime fan base. While Dragon Ball has more of a legacy, its fan base is from all different generations. This series has been around forever, even before I was born, so you have its nostalgic fan base where they were the ones who was watching it during the Toonami era. Then you had the fan base that started watching it around the time when it was airing Dragon Ball Z Kai. Then you had the newer fan base, which was obviously started watching it from Dragon Ball Super and beyond. So to answer the question, has Demon Slayer surpassed the success of Dragon Ball Z? I would say in some terms yes, because with how successful and more popular anime is now as a whole, and with the recent success of the movies and manga sales, I would say that it's surpassing its success as far as putting in numbers, but as far as longevity and being more influential in the global standpoint, Dragon Ball Z will live on forever. I believe that it will never die, and it will continue to produce more media out of the franchise like they've been doing since the 80s. I feel like Demon Slayer wouldn't share that same aspect as Dragon Ball Z in being more influential, but only time will tell, especially since Demon Slayer's manga is already finished, and pretty soon the anime will finish as well, and I believe it will conclude through one of its movies. And once again, this is based on your own personal preference on what you think, so please let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Has Demon Slayer surpassed the success of Dragon Ball Z, or is going to surpass the success of Dragon Ball Z? And are you a fan of Demon Slayer? What do you like more, Dragon Ball Z or Demon Slayer? Please let me know in the comments, and remember to support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Please share this video as well, I will highly appreciate it. My name is Sam Maddock, and I'll see you guys in the next video.